Who's hungry?
Right now on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, surf and turf that exceeds all expectations.
Boy, it's excellent.
Wow. Hi, everyone. I'm Tim Laird along with Kevin Harned.
And Tim, this time we're excited to have the head chef from Oliver's Chop House in our kitchen theater to share the secrets.
It's the star of the show.
You've probably never had short ribs quite like this.
Plus, the secrets to luscious lobster, succulent shrimp, and incredible crab cakes.
It's all right now on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Kevin Harned, alongside my broadcast partner, Tim Laird.
And Kevin, it's a great day to be in Kitchen Theater because we're going to hit the culinary jackpot. Our guest today is the head chef at Oliver's Chop House, which is the crown jewel of Churchill Downs Derby City Gaming Hotel on Poplar Level Road. The restaurant is named after Oliver Lewis, the first ever jockey to win the Kentucky Derby. And it's a fitting name because the food at Oliver's is a big winner too.
Everything they serve is elevated to perfection, from prime steaks to seafood. You'll also find a huge collection of rare bourbons and fine wine behind the bar.
All right, Kevin, let's meet today's guest. She's a former Marine who's now on a mission to elevate Kentucky cuisine. Say hello to Chef Stacey Craig from Oliver's Chop House.
Hi.
You know this guy?
Great to see you.
Me too.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your service, first of all. We appreciate that. You've got quite a history and a story to tell, and we know that you run your kitchen much like the military. Very much in order, I understand.
A little bit, yeah. The principles translate very well.
Yeah, that's great. Tell us a little bit about your background.
So I did leave the Marine Corps and ventured back home to Louisville, Kentucky, where I decided that I would go into culinary school. Went to culinary school, left, started my catering business, and then decided that wasn't for me. Moved into a kitchen, and I got the opportunity to work at Matt Wynn's Steakhouse, Churchill Downs. Left there about 2 years ago and moved over to Oliver's to open Oliver's Chop House for Derby City Gaming.
And boy, it's excellent.
Well, I think so.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think so.
People are raving about it.
Well, what are we going to do today?
So we're going to do a bone-in braised short rib. It's actually one of my favorite things to eat in general. So what we have here is, a 3 bone-in short rib. We've removed 2 of those bones. I'm going to go ahead and get some salt and pepper on it and get it searing over in this pan so it can get nice and browned and caramelized on the outside and get that beautiful color while we work the rest of this.
And we've just sort of wrapped that up and tied it with the thyme.
We have, and that will keep that around that bone so it cooks around for about 2.5 hours and gets all that nice collagen and all those delicious flavors that we want to get from that bone.
Nice.
And also short ribs, really, I see it now on a lot of menus. I mean, that really is in style now. People are loving those.
It is. It's a beautiful cut. It's well marbled. It has a lot of delicious flavor, and like I said, it sits right on that bone, and we want to keep it on that bone because that's what really drives that flavor. So I'm actually going to remove 2 of these and tie it up so we can see while it does its thing.
Perfect. So yeah, again, taking 2 of those bones out so it wraps around that one.
And a lot of times I like to throw this in the braising liquid because the collagen. It's the star of the show besides that beef.
Flavor.
Always. All right. And we've already removed the silver skin, the connective tissue, and any excess fat on the top so you keep a nice tender bite all the way through that process.
Wow, what a process. I mean,
And what a serving. That's one serving?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And when you come into Oliver's, you'll find it served just like this, nestled on some whipped potatoes that we're getting ready to warm up here.
Well, you're just like a surgeon here. I mean, you cut that up to perfection, and now we're tying up the wounds. This is great. Look at that.
A little bit. See, now you made me drop it because you said something about it.
That is great. Look at that skill.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this.
It would be a wound if it were mine, for sure, in the kitchen with that knife. I'd be like, more twine over here.
You have to be a little bit careful. I'm not going to say I've done it before, and I'm not going to say I haven't.
But beautiful job on that.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
That looks great. Absolutely.
You made that look easy.
So this is going to take a little bit, but we can go ahead and flip it. So after this browns, we'll kind of speed this up. After this browns, we're going to put our mirepoix in there.
Okay.
So our celery, carrot, onion, all those delicious aromatics, and let that go for a little bit. And we're going to start building the ale mustard demi that goes on top of this.
Okay.
After we get that braising in the oven. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this down in here.
All right. So the mirepoix.
Mm-hmm. We'll start to sweat that out, and we're going to add some tomato paste, not just for color, but for flavor as well.
And that's one thing about flavored paste, or tomato paste. It has a lot of flavor because it's concentrated, right?
It is, and it also has that acid, and that's what I'm looking for to kind of bring around that mouthfeel and that braising liquid.
And I think one of the secrets, you want to cook it off, because I think at home, let's say they're making a sauce or whatever, they don't cook off the tomato paste, so it doesn't release all the flavors yet. So
yeah. So you want it to get nice and brown, and you want to start smelling that caramelization on that onions, on that tomato paste. And then that's when we're going to go in and deglaze it with some ale, because beer is good in most things, right?
Oh, beers look great on everything.
Oh, don't set that too close to Tim.
So put that over there.
Hey, yeah. I didn't know that was beer there.
It's not the first time I've seen him drink out of one of these. It's Sunday.
But so yeah, and we'll deglaze it with that, and then we'll go ahead and get this into that, and it goes in the oven. It'll braise at 285 degrees for about 2.5 hours. You're looking to get an internal temp on this between 180 and 200 degrees. That's when that really loosens up and gets that fork tender feel. So we're gonna go ahead and...
So that adds flavor plus deglazes the pan. We're doing two things at once with
absolutely, that. Absolutely, absolutely. You're gonna look for a little bit more brown on that, but we're gonna bring up those brown bits, that frond, that's where a lot of that flavor is trying to hide. And we're gonna cook a little bit of that alcohol out. And once that reduces down a little bit, you add your veal stock, and goes your short rib and into the oven.
There's the veal stock.
So a lot of flavor going in. I mean, because like you said, when it's braising, it reduces itself, but also keeps everything moist.
A little bit of minced garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
And I like to throw these bones back in.
Yeah, because you said that adds a little collagen, which will actually thicken that up over time, right?
Yes, absolutely. So when it cools, it almost looks like jelly, and that's how you know it's really good. And then we got that rosemary and thyme in there, and it's ready for the oven after you cover it.
All right, well, we'll do that, and we'll pop that in the oven. When we come back, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Secrets of Bluegrass Chef. We have Stacey Craig with us from Oliver's Chop House. We've got more secrets when we come back.
Watch Secrets anytime. Subscribe to the Secrets of Bluegrass Chef's YouTube channel.
All right, welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're cooking with Stacey Craig from Oliver's Chop House. And I'll tell you what, that short rib has been braising for hours, but now you're going to finish off the liquid, right?
Yes, we're going to take that braising liquid and we're going to turn it into our ale mustard demi sauce. That then gets drizzled around and over top that short rib to just give it that finish that we're looking for.
Tell us how long, again, through the magic of TV, we pulled this out of the oven, but how long would we typically cook this?
2.5 hours.
2.5, okay. All right, so boom, here it is.
All right.
Magic of TV.
Yes.
Now, how do we finish off the
Well, this is
sauce?
the easy part, right? So we're just gonna add some whole grain mustard.
Okay.
We're gonna add some veal demi, which you can make. It's a little labor intensive, but they have a lot of great products that you can buy in grocery stores. So we're just gonna put in the mustard, we're gonna put in the demi, we're gonna let that simmer down, and then we're gonna get this beautiful sauce right here.
See, they always make it look easy, Tim. It's like, oh, we're just going to add this, then that, and then boom, it's perfect.
And it's whole grain mustard.
It is whole grain mustard. That's the important part right there. Again, with the acid and that tartness, just plays really, really well.
And the veal stock, what was that? Just
Veal
stock?
demi.
Veal demi.
Veal demi.
Okay.
Or veal gloss or a veal demi gloss. Just super reduced stock, again, for the collagen.
Right, and if you were to do that at home, that would take a long, long time too.
It would.
Yeah.
It would. Then there's, like I said, there's a lot of great products that make this very, very easy to make at home. And so now we're going to plate it up.
Perfect. That's the part I like the best.
What was your secret to the potatoes? What else was in that?
Butter, lots of butter.
And a little more butter.
And then some sour cream, but mostly butter.
Oh, okay. I figured that was a secret. I just wanted to just double check.
Well, butter makes everything better, right?
That's
true.
And you're going to want to cut the twine off, I promise.
Yeah, because that's a little chewy. I don't, even if it's been braised for a long time, that.
Well, it's floss for after the meal.
It comes with its own floss, Kevin.
They're perfect.
Oh,
but only at home.
Look how juicy and beautiful that is.
Fall off the bone.
I know, and we're not done yet.
We are not. And so for the best
There comes
part.
that braising liquid that's been enhanced with the mustard and everything. Oh, wow. A little
there
color.
we go. Of course, a little chive on top and you're done.
Got to have a little vegetable.
How about that? Beautiful short rib on the mash. Who's hungry? Yeah, right here too. We've got more secrets to come. Of course, somebody gets a chance to take a taste. We'll see how Chef Stacey Craig did coming up from our PNC Bank tasting table. When we come back around, what are we making?
We are making the Chop House seafood platter. So a little crab cake and some shrimp and smoked tomato sauce.
Oh, little seafood secrets for you. Don't go away. We've got more secrets of Bluegrass chefs when we come back.
Awesome.
Watch Secrets anytime. Subscribe to the Secrets of Bluegrass Chef's YouTube channel.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Kevin Harned. We've made our way over to the PNC Bank tasting table, where one lucky audience member gets to take the first taste. I'm here with Amber Halloran. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nice to be here.
You know, we think about Churchill Downs and their properties across our city all the time. Oliver's Chop House, what a fantastic space they have, and Stacey Craig and her team really cranking out some good food.
Absolutely. I learned quite a bit from her on this.
Well, and short ribs happen to be one of my favorites. So I'm going to see how it is. Amber, if you would, cut into this. Let's take a taste. Of course, it had the whole grain mustard and the wonderful sauce. I mean, anything that cooks for 2 hours and you have the patience to wait that long on a bed of potatoes. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Tell me, I'll let you finish, but I'm curious of the flavors that you pull out, not only of the beef itself, but also the sauce.
It's so full and robust. It's very good. It's so good.
Yeah. Gives us a place to go, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Oliver's it is. We're not finished. We've got more secrets to share when we come back with Stacey Craig from Oliver's Chop House. Seafood, secrets to it when we come back. How do you like that?
If you like Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs on TV, you'll love to see it in person.
Great time.
Fabulous.
Join us at the Secrets Kitchen Theater in Louisville's historic Paristown.
This is a great experience.
I love that.
Get your tickets now online at mintjuliptours.com. Make your reservations today.
Still cooking.
Appreciate you sharing the secrets.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're cooking with Stacey Craig from Oliver's Chop House. And I'll tell you what, it's not just steaks, it's also seafood. What do you have for us now?
So I have our Chop House seafood platter. It has a smaller version of our crab cake. That's a crowd favorite. It has split lobster tail, grilled asparagus, charred lemon, and grilled shrimp.
Where do we start?
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is start the smoked tomato cream sauce. So first we're going to start with just a little bit of celery and onion. Let that sweat down and start smelling good. And then I'm going to add my dry seasoning for this sauce. So we have savory, smoked paprika, crushed red pepper, salt and pepper, and that goes in here. And it gets kind of a toasted smell to it. And then we're going to go over here to the grill. We'll throw our charred lemon on. A little bit of asparagus.
That's
And
big
our-
asparagus. That's good.
That is jumbo asparagus,
Yeah.
you're right.
I love it.
Yes. And some split lobster tails.
Oh,
And these only need a couple of minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, before that meat's nice and done for us. You don't want to go too long. And what I'm going to do right here is add a little bit of white wine.
I'm just going to stay away from that, and you let me know if you need anything over on this side.
We're going to add a little bit of white wine, let it reduce down a little bit, cook some of that alcohol out, but add some acid and some beautiful flavors into this. And then a smoked tomato. This is just smoked tomato. You can throw them on your grill, soak some wood chips, throw it on top of the charcoal or a smoke box if you have a propane grill. Throw it on there, throw the tomatoes on there for about 20 minutes, and it picks up a really nice smoky flavor, and that's what really drives this sauce as well. So we're going to go ahead and add some of that in.
That's a great technique.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, onto our crab cakes.
Oh, love a crab cake.
And this is where the secret really comes in. So we use blue lump crab meat and then blue jumbo lump crab meat. And we add this at the end because I don't want to mix it, incorporate it, and break up those big pieces. When you come in and eat with us, I want you to get those big bites of crab. This is a mixture here. This is our QP mayonnaise. It is Dijon mustard and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. So that goes in.
And I know a lot of this seafood we can find at the Highland Fish Market.
Right, Highland Fish Market. It's great seafood.
So next up, we use, of course, Old Bay seasoning blend in those crab cakes. A little bit of parsley, lemon zest and lemon juice. And for the Chop House seafood, the one thing you'll find in this crab cake that you won't find in our appetizer crab cake is fresh corn kernels, sweet corn kernels.
Good idea.
Oh, wow, I like that. That's a secret we didn't know about.
That'll add a little sweetness too, I guess.
It will. So we've got this mixture going, a little bit of breadcrumb, just enough to hold it together, not enough to taste it. And then we will fold in these big chunks of that jumbo lump meat at the end.
And you're right, that was just a little bit of panko. That was great.
It's just enough to hold it together. That's all I want. And it should be a struggle for us to keep it together almost. So.
You bet.
No, it's definitely a struggle in my kitchen. I'm like, put it in the microwave, no, it falls apart.
And then you can form it by hand as big or as little as you'd like it. And then this will go in the oven.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, beautiful.
And now we're going to finish up the sauce. I add a little bit of miso. Has a lot of umami flavor. It's one of my favorite things to utilize in the kitchen. And a little bit of garlic paste. And last, a little bit of lemon juice. I don't add it when the heat's too hot. I don't want it to turn bitter. That's the charred lemon. So we have some sauce already finished because in the restaurant we will spin that down, but you can leave it hearty, chunky, rustic, however you like. As long as it tastes good to you, that's all that matters, right?
It was beautiful, I'll tell you that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And then we have our crab cakes.
Crab cakes?
Mm-hmm.
How long did those cook in the oven?
Those cook for about 7 to 10 minutes at 375, 400 degrees.
Easy.
And then we have a green apple cabbage slaw with a little bit of white balsamic.
Little crunch factor.
Yeah. And then here comes my favorite part, and that's these split lobster tails.
Oh, there we go.
I'd already forgotten about those. Look at that.
I didn't.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
What a meal.
It adds up quick. Asparagus.
But wait, there's more.
I know.
There's always more. And a few chili threads.
A little color, a little pop.
Absolutely. And then some fennel flan on top of that slaw. And our charred lemon. And there you go.
There it is. Oh, wow. How about that seafood platter?
Delicious.
And that's always available at Oliver's. We can
Always
all the
available.
time. Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. I love that because I like the idea of the lobster tail plus the crab cake.
Yeah, when we going?
We're going soon.
Yeah.
Maybe, what time are you open? Give me your...
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Tell everybody where you are in case they don't know.
We're at 4520 Poplar Level Road in Derby City Gaming. We're open Wednesday through Sunday, 5 to 9, and on Friday and Saturday, we're open 5 to 10.
That's great. We appreciate you being here, Stacey. Thank
you so much.
for
Appreciate
sharing
you.
all the secrets. Everybody have fun today. Tim, we've got to say goodbye.
I know, I hate to do that, but I'll tell you what. Come see us next time on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. For Kevin Harned, I'm Tim Laird. We'll see you next time. Cheers.